just go by because it's just a pain. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I did a live stream this morning where we talked about a lot of important things about how the world is going to change, and the way that has been changing, and how the gatekeepers of genetics have kind of made a few mistakes, in my opinion. Again, not of popular opinion, but usually, you know, the kind of men that are popular are not the kind of men that are looking to save anything other than a couple of $1 billion. A couple of $1 billion. They don't want to save the environment. They don't want to save people. They don't want to fix homelessness. They have the money. They have the resources. They don't know how to do it. They're not willing to. They really don't care about it, to be honest. I mean, if you look into it, they might say something, but they're doing something completely different, which means that they're not doing it. They're just not doing it. So anyway, I am here today. Again, that whole rant that I went off on this morning is not against women. It is not against women. I'm just saying that the women out there, and I guess I came to that realization when I was young, and I thought I'd do a Joey Tribbiani, right? Matt LeBlanc, Joey Tribbiani. I saw that video. I was thinking I'm either gonna do I'm gonna go and work at a pizza. Not a pizza parlor, at a pizza restaurant, and that'll be my career, or I will continue doing education. Continue my education to go do something else, maybe become a millionaire someday. And I chose that path which was really stupid. I should have kept myself in the restaurant business, because then when I went to the sperm bank to say maybe I can make a couple extra dollars here and there, turns out if you're not a certain height, 5'7" and below, you're not wanted. You're not wanted by the women. Again, they're always going for that ideal, and then they choose all the wrong men. And you see the way the world has gone. The genetic gatekeepers of humanity have made some really interesting choices. And so before you know it, we're going to be, the new blueprint of humanity is going to be boy meets robot, gets married, and has TTG, which is test tube generation. The test tube generation is coming, guys. It's coming. Or it's going to be, did I say male, boy meets robot, loves robot, or female loves robot? Doesn't really matter. Non-binary loves robot. Doesn't really matter. Whatever. But that's what it's going to happen. Human being loves a robot, produces a child, and then the child is going to be the test tube generation. Anyway, this is where, well done. This is where we're going. Anyway, back then, when I made this first determination about what was going to happen to my life, I thought that thing, that thing could have sent me in the direction of becoming an, what's his name? Is it Andrew Tate? Anyway, that's probably that kind of thing that probably turned Andrew Tate into Andrew Tate. Although, unlike me, I'm pretty sure he's tall. Anyway, I could have gone that route, but instead I went a completely different route. And I'm glad I went the other route and I didn't become Andrew Tate, because that's also not a good route to go. But anyway, that's not what I want to talk about this, because I spent close to 69 minutes this morning talking about that. So we're going to fly airplanes right now, and instead I'm going to talk about the beauty of women, and how cool it is, and how so many because I don't remember how many wonderful women have actually saved me, saved me in reality. Okay, again, as I said before, the problem with that whole thing of there being these kinds of setups where, you know, genetically you get kicked out of the system, right? But also it's a computer program, right? It's a computer program. You sign up online, just like a lot of the jobs these days, and the computer program is the thing that knocks you off the list and says, I'm sorry, you are not capable enough for us to want you to work for us, your genetic material, whatever it is. We've become a society where we're abdicating, basically we're giving away all of our power, right, to robots. And it's a disaster. It's a disaster. We saw it was a disaster with Susan W. Wojcicki. They call her all kinds of things. Anyway, I don't know. I butcher everybody's name, so this is not me trying to insult her, but I just feel like it's good that she's left, simply because she can spend more time with her family and do the things that matter in life. To be honest, she wasn't doing anything useful at the office anyway, because she abdicated. She'd given all of the power that she had to the algorithm, so there wasn't really much for her to do at YouTube. So again, as I said before, as content creators, we never got the things that we really wanted, which was a decent customer service system. Possibly, you know, like even, you know, especially the small creators, just to even things out a little bit. We would have been happy with like $5 per month. It's something. It's something. It's you know, if I had gotten, let's put it this way. Let's say that I'd been working at YouTube even for like 12, 13 years, 14 years, something like that. I've been on YouTube since the inception of YouTube, but again, I don't have the evidence for that because I deleted my own account. I was so depressed at that point in time. So I deleted my own account, so I can't really even prove anything or disprove. But let's say it's only like 12 or 13 years. Imagine $5 per month for that amount of time. Imagine the things that I could have done with my YouTube channel with that kind of funding. It's amazing what $5 a month could have done for me. Instead, I had to like beg people for help all the way, to buy camera equipment, to buy this, to buy that, to create the things that I've created on YouTube. Imagine if YouTube had given me $5 a month for that many years. Imagine the stories I could tell. Anyway, so yeah, that happened for real. It's a thing. But anyway, let's talk about the beautiful, wonderful women who continuously have been saving me throughout my existence. And yeah, so recently we went to Snow Summit. And I was having a good time with my family. We were having lunch. We were having some drinks. We had some Coca-Cola and some Minute Maid and lemonade and stuff. It was great. It was beautiful. It was hot. I didn't need gloves. I didn't need gloves at all the time. Usually I feel cold all the time, but I didn't even need gloves to ski. It was fantastic. We went up the mountains. We saw all kinds of fun things. There was a really nice ranger that stopped by to have a short conversation with us, see if we were okay. Gave Disney Gym Girl a really cool sticker. That's what I was going for. If we can put the helicopter down. Ooh, that's the end of that helicopter. Take a look at this cool sticker that we got. This is for her. I'm just using it the one time just to show you guys what it's all about. And then it's gonna go to Disney Gym Girl is gonna hang on to it and do whatever she wants with the sticker because it's her stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I got in line because my wife was just wanted to have a good old mojito, So I stand in line, as one does, and then started to freak out a little bit because I realized that I didn't have my wallet, so I didn't have my ID on me. So most of the time, they will ask me for my ID, stuff like that. But this was kind of like a moms and pops, like super small. I can't say if it's a winery or something. It was like like just a bar with a guy and a girl, just making drinks for everybody. So I was a little bit freaked out. The reception was horrible. The only gripe I have about going up there at Mount or Snow Summit was that the reception for the phone was horrible. So it was hard to get text messages through, and calls through and stuff. So I was freaking out. I pulled my phone out, and I was, my dyslexia and my horrible memory, I couldn't remember the name of the drink. So I had a picture of the name of the drink on my phone, and I was basically jumping through between trying to remember the name of the drink that I was about to order, and then also trying to call and text my wife to let her know, maybe you should come over for a second and bail me out here for a second. I waited in line, right, because it was a long line, and then just trying to get her to come over, to whip out her ID in case they were going to ask me for ID, because I'd forgotten mine. Anywho, long story short, it's finally my turn. They didn't ask me for ID, but they asked me to what do you call it? To sign a receipt, and put the right, tip and all that stuff down. And as somebody who doesn't really do that anymore because I use stuff like Apple Pay, Google Pay, the best one, my favorite, is the Amazon Palm Reader Pay. That is the coolest thing ever, where you don't have to think about money. You don't have to think about bringing a wallet, anything. You just swipe your palm over this machine. Got to get the angle right. If you get it at the wrong angle, you got to get your sleeve out of the way. But aside from that, once you get it down, you can pay. Never have to worry about holding a receipt ever again, or like the tipping issues and all that stuff. So anyway, I'm about to write this thing, right? I'm about to write this thing, and first of all, the drink was really expensive. I mean, it was like $18 for a mojito up there, which is, it's really something. It's really something. Now you're gonna say, well, no, you didn't. Market reviews, you're lying. You never bought one. Well, this is the container it came in. So I guess I didn't lie. This is the thing, right? It's like you feel like you're on a court case every single time you do anything on the internet. So I always bring the evidence. So anyway, I was about to write down the tip and all that stuff, and I screwed up bigly, as Donald Duck would say, because I was about to give this waitress for not doing anything special, for just making the drink, double. Basically, I was going to do $18 because my dyslexia got the best of me, and so I was going to write 18 in the tips and 18 as the total, and it was going to be really funny. But luckily, all of a sudden, a beautiful woman out of the blue shows up in shining goddess armor and goes, "Sir, you're about to tip the this bar. You're about to tip this bar twice the money. Watch out for what you're doing." So she saved the day, because imagine the conversation later on that I was going to have with my wife later on when she checks the bill, when we check the bill, and it's like, you spent 18 times 2, which I can't do, which is math that's pretty complicated for me, but 18 times 2 for a mojito. Oh boy, that would not have been a fun conversation to have. But anyway, and again, as I said before, most men, they don't have the cojones. They just don't have the cojones to get out there and admit that a woman stepped in and saved the day. So they like to take credit for all the amazing things that they do a lot of times. But the amount of times that I was just about to do something really, really stupid, and a wonderful woman just shows up out of nowhere and saves the day. It's been a lot of times. It's been a lot of times. Again, this is just the latest and greatest that's happened recently, but it's happened a lot. It's happened a lot. So again, a huge amount of gratitude. So again, when I do make these videos and stuff, and I explain the things that I explain, and again, I throw everybody under the bus: male, female, non-binary, whatever, whatever. Everybody gets a dig in, gets a roast, if you will. If there's something that I don't particularly like that they've done, but you know, that's why I get a lot of hate today. In the past, I just got hate for no reason, for being a good citizen, for following all the rules, for doing everything by the book. At least now I get hate for other reasons. Some of the time it's actually been called for, and you know, it just is what it is. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about today is about the hate against America. It just really needs to stop. I mean, it just really needs to stop. And the reason why I say this is, yes, I'll be the first to rant about so many different things about America that's not working. You know, like the homeless crisis could easily be fixed. We're throwing away money at all kinds of other things, countries and stuff, and they actually done the math. The people from Valuetainment did the math, and they said that instead of sending the money to, was it Croatia or something? Anyway, not sure. The latest and greatest country it's gone to war or whatever. Instead of sending the money there, if we'd used that money, we could have basically eradicated homelessness in the United States. Just saying. So all the people saying, well, no, it can't be done. No, we don't have the funds and stuff. We have the funds. We could do it. It's just nobody cares about it. So, you know, the people have done the math. The people in the know have done the math, and they've realized that it's doable. You just don't want to do it. You just don't want to do it. So, you know, you can't then just go and cry to yourself in a corner and saying, why, you know, aren't we doing this, when you could have done it? You just chose not to. So there we go. Anywho. So what I'm trying to say here is, the middle of a live stream. Can you believe that stuff? I don't even know how to disable it. You know what? It's probably Zuckerberg. Just calling in, just checking in to see if I'm still on the what's it called, Facebook? I don't know. Anyway, it was a Facebook message, local hookup. Anyway, I don't know what to I don't know how to do, or what to do, or how to process that kind of information. It's just beyond my level of capability of understanding. Anyway, so I was saying, like, most of the time people really, really hate on America, but they've never been anywhere else. So they like to glorify Europe, but you know how I like to say, you know, fake signs, real finds, and all that stuff. When I talked about how we got scammed at the Griffith Observatory because there were basically we parked the car, then we left and we came back and there were signs that were not there at the beginning when we parked there, and then our car had actually been towed. So, fake signs, real fines, including the towing, which is really expensive to get your car back. It's hard to find it and all that stuff. So anyway, so that kind of stuff happens all the time in Europe. Not to mention, forget about free parking. There's almost pretty much no free parking, especially in the big cities. It is almost unheard of that there is free parking in Europe. And then forget about all the beauty of, in America, you got like public restrooms that are free to use. You gotta spend money, and it's not cheap. Not only is it not cheap, but those restrooms are horribly stinky. So you're paying to use public restrooms that are super stinky. And the list of things, and I don't want this to be a bashing Europe video, but all I'm trying to say is all those people that keep talking and they basically crapping on America should actually go find out and see how bad people like say in Korea have it. With I can't remember if it's Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un, I don't know. They keep changing, so whatever. Anyway, my point is, we have it really good in America for many reasons. So a lot of the things that are wrong or could be changed are just a few things, right? Like we could fix homelessness or something. But other than that, like to say that, America bad and the other countries are so much better, just get a plane ticket and go visit them. Not as vacationers. Go live there for a few years and then come back and tell me how bad America is. Because I ain't going nowhere. Do I still have or reminisce or have nostalgia of the previous version of America? Yes. Where I could fly drones whenever I wanted. There were no weird laws and stuff like that. And so many other things that were great about America. Yes, sure. But could we go back and fix those? Why not? We still have a chance to. We still haven't become Korea or a bunch of the other places where there is no freedom and you're stuck with what you've got, like just saying, right? And then we always like to glorify this place, that place, the other place, but there's plenty of things over there that are not so good. And so all of this American bashing stuff, and again, I know that I do a lot of that too, but the reason why when I do it, it's not so bad is because it comes from a place of love and wanting to change America for the better. And I'm still here in California. I could have gone somewhere else, but I'd really rather be the last Lorax that gets lifted away and stay here and hope that something changes rather than just, forsaking this land and saying, oh, nothing else can be done and let's give up and that's it. So that's where I'm coming from. And yes, I think a possible second national anthem should be that other song. Can't remember how it goes. And back in the day when I was singing it, and I made a video on it as well. I wasn't an American citizen, so the best that I could say was, and I'm glad to live in America. But now I can say, and I'm glad to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, right? Anyway, so it's just stuff, guys. It's just stuff. We've got to really step it up and do something right now. You can't wait for the government to do it. The government is not going to do it. The government's just not going to save you. Just like it's not going to start hiring me to be a postman because it's already been abdicated. I mean, all of its power has already been abdicated to the bots. The bots, right? The bots have taken over. Just like the bots are telling people who are 5'7" and below, your genetic material is no longer needed. Although a lot of people, for instance, that are like me, love women. We are earnest. We are dependable, and all that kind of stuff. That would make a lot of especially the alpha women out there, whole, if you will. That kind of thing. But we are rejected. We are rejected, and who is not rejected are the players, the ones that play the field, the ones that make, all the big bucks and stuff like that. And then after, however many years of marriage, when the woman gets to 40, she gets kicked to the curb because she's useless, whatever, and gets replaced by the 20-year-old. And one of the things that's most, I guess I could say, disgusting is some of these men want to bring back the olden days when the kings, chose women underage to be their spouses. So 13 and even below some of those pesky humans. But anyway, that's something that some people want to bring back, apparently. I don't know why. I think it's horrible. But again, remember how my genetic material is considered to be trash. I am trash. So yeah. Remember, guys, sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. You want the players like Chase. What's the guy? Chase from the Perfect Match, whatever. There's a Netflix. Chase from Perfect Match. A bunch of people from The Circle and stuff. They have all these new millennials may be the last generation that still loves women 40s and above. And I said before, I'm not in the market right now for somebody, but if I was looking right now, I'd be looking at ladies 40s and 40s to 50 range, because in my opinion, again, of unpopular opinion, they're the most beautiful, the most interesting, most willing to be with in the long haul. But anyway, again, I'm trash. I suck. I've been told this my entire life. You suck. You're stupid. You're useless. You're trash. And so here I am today. Explaining to people why it's important to maybe reassess the way that the world is going, because where we're headed, and this is no joke, guys, is if you guys want to check it out, there's Netflix. Netflix has two really important things that you guys should check out. One is a movie called I Am Mother, and the other one is Better Than Us, which is a Netflix series where you will see the importance of basically the female in one. Kids will be raised by robots, and the other is, are the robots doing a better job than we are as people, especially considering the choices that we're making as people? And is this going to lead to a point where, and again, I said this and explained this before, long time ago, at least 10 years ago, I wrote a little short story of a race of, it could have been humans, it could have been extraterrestrials, it could have been whatever. Doesn't really matter. The point is that a sexless, basically a race of sexless humans, or galactics, whatever, still had the need for each other. So although they did not have male or female reproductive organs, they were still able to reproduce. and they still had a need for each other, so they still came together. In fact, the fact that they were not, they did not have male or female organs made them love each other more, and there was less controversy and all that kind of stuff. But the point is that I had not seen how far things would go into the future, where the situation is most likely it's going to be a very lonely kind of existence, where, as I said before in the previous live stream, it's going to be a boy falls in love with a robot, creates a TTG, which is a test tube generation human, and then that human eventually has to figure its own way of living. And I guess maybe they won't, maybe there will not be any more reproducing. It'll be like Vanilla Sky, where there will no longer be, there will no longer be human interaction that way. It'll all be test tube generations. So it'll be an interesting world to go and see and visit. But I don't know. Some might say it's a stark world that you guys, again, don't look at me. I stay out of politics. I've stayed out of politics pretty much my entire life. Don't vote, don't do anything. I wanted to participate in the one duty that I could still do, which was jury duty, but I was disqualified from that as well. It's unbelievable. I was disqualified from jury duty too. So the guy who is most hated, most ignored, most considered to be trash in the world is just observing, right? I'm the observer of life at this point, just looking at what choices you have made. Again, I have not participated, so none of the choices are mine. They're all yours. There have been the gatekeepers of genetic material, basically the future of the men, right? There's a lot of women are like, I don't want no man. There's going to be a lot of men in future going, I don't want no woman. And they're all screaming about choices and stuff. Well, I mean, these are all choices that you guys have made for yourselves. And I have been an observer of life, and I've held my tongue for a long time, but, now I have a YouTube channel. Again, I came back to the YouTube. I'd given up, but I came back to the YouTube because as the very last Lorax, I had something to say, and I thought I'd just finish my life saying it at this point, because it's not looking good. It's not looking good for you guys. I mean, oh man. So anyway, guys, I'd love to hear what you guys think about all this. You can feel free to leave comments on my other social media, because nothing happens here on the YouTube. And I don't think with the new CAO it's going to change, because again, we're not getting any of the stuff that we care about. The stuff we did care about was possibly getting like something like $5 a month or something like that. Would have been nice. Would have been cool. It would have been cool. By now, I would have made a lot of money. I would have had a successful business if YouTube, for instance, had given me $5 every month for 13 years, 14 years, whatever. I think that today I probably wouldn't have to make this video. I probably wouldn't have to make this video because although I probably would have observed this pretty much the same thing that's been happening, because life wouldn't be that much different, even if I'd had those $5 for the rest of the world, but it would have made a big difference in my life for sure. Yeah. So I probably wouldn't be whining about it. I would just be enjoying the fact that I was, that $5 would have made me successful. I would have just enjoyed that, and probably wouldn't have had enough time on my hands and reason to make this video as a Dr. Zeus Lorax at that point. But I do have the time. The world is going in a very interestingly strange direction, which may not work out so well for women, especially. And because I love women, I wanted to just point it out, because I guess there's still time. If something is done now, there's still time for things to potentially be fixed even. Yeah. Potentially some things could be fixed. And yeah, the world could become a better, kinder, more empathetic place where, again, in a world where this much money is around, especially in a place such as America, and where so many people, it's all hypocrisy, right? You go on those beauty pageants. So what would you like to do? What are the things? And it's usually always about, I want to make the world a place. I want to end wars. I want to fix poverty. I want to end homelessness. And then these are the same women that buy into the lifestyles of the men that we know for sure are never going to change or fix homelessness. Hey, don't take my word for it. It's how many years have gone by since you've heard the same kind of thing said at the beauty pageants, and since then, has homelessness disappeared, or has it gotten worse? Just saying. So anyway, let's see if I can do a nice landing. It'd be nice if I could. And then I'll probably just leave it there for today, because wow, it's been rough. It's been a few days of not doing YouTube streams, and now I'm back, just like the Terminator, just like my buddy Schwartzy. But I can't say that because otherwise he'll pull up in his tank, and I love the guy, but again, I don't want him to pull up in the tank, so I'm going to call him Arnold instead of Schwartzy. Just like I've stopped calling my buddy Stevie Wonderbots, because he doesn't like the Stevie bit, and he didn't want anything to do with Stevie Wonder. So we're not doing that. I've lent him my 2 3D printers, so he can continue on making some really fun projects. And we might see his brand new YouTube channel coming up. It's called The Dudes. I think it's The Dudes Digest or something along the lines of that. It could change. It could be a little bit different than that title, but that was the title that I was told it was going to be. So again, things could change, as they do sometimes when things are revisited and stuff, but it'll be really fun to see him and his new YouTube channel. I was counting on my buddy Russell to create his own YouTube channel and make something a while back. That didn't work out. That's fine. He's got bigger fish to fry. He's got to go out there and make a life for himself. So it's cool. It's cool, bro. But Steve said he's gonna help me out. Don't come on, Steve. Don't let me hanging. Don't leave me hanging, brother. It can't just be me. Anyway, Charles the Great recently went to Grandmaster Tom Wong's birthday party. I was invited. I didn't get to go because I was at a I was busy. I was busy being a conniving son of a gun and sitting smiling and clapping for beautiful dancers. And then we had the incidents, because apparently that's a big crime in America. So people report you and they send security your way. But anyway, that's America. That's America. That's something we could fix. That's something we could fix. But again, it's not just America, because as I said before, when I was in the European airports, lo and behold, me looking like, especially with shorter hair and stuff like that, me looking like an Egyptian or Iranian or Prince of Persia or whatever, my bags were the ones that got checked. You could put me in a line of 50 people. My bags got checked in Europe too, all the time, which is why I just stopped. I stopped wanting to be, stop wanting to travel, because who wants the constant abuse of that goes with that anyway. And again, as I said before, all you got to do is check my documents. What the racists call white is both mom and dad. And if you look at the documents, they check the box white anyway. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is, guys. So before we let loose and go on to the next thing, let's say hello to all the cool things that's been going on. Again, big thank you to the beautiful, awesome goddess who saved me from spending twice as much on a mojito. Thank you. The Great Ranger that gave us this awesome sticker from Snow Summit. Again, it was an awesome time that we had over there. We're going to say thank you to the USPS for bringing us all the packages. Again, reviewers, if you don't have the USPS, the UPS, the FedEx, and so on and so forth, nobody is going to bring you packages. So let's thank them for their service. And then also, hopefully someday I'll be one of them. We'll see. But in the meantime, if this is still going on, you guys can use this QR code because they are hiring. I don't know if they still are, but they were when I tried. And a computer program said, no, you are disqualified. But again, go out and do something positive. Go out and be ballsy. I noticed that the people from all kinds of awesome channels in the background have been ballsier as of late, doing cool things. And so big shout out to them. Again, if you guys want to go check out some really amazing pancakes, you can check out our buddy Squirrel here, Mr. Chip at Little Pine. Get yourself some yummy stuff. The best vegan pancakes I've ever had, by the way. What else is there? Captain Drone and his beautiful family. Thank you again also always for being awesome and doing the things that you guys do, providing the good content that you do, but also for sending me these awesome stickers that I will always treasure. And then, as usual, we will thank Spectrum and Horizon Hobby for providing us with this awesome tool right here, Real Flight Evolution. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Have a blessed day.